Earlier today, we had Dr. Pat Missa on, who does medicine and science. And of course, we have other advocacy shows that, like, of course, we have Timeshares, Solutions, or Surrender. So we're definitely very much about advocacy here on Pod TV. And one of our latest advocacy shows is one that is letting folks know what they can do about Medicare and all along those lines. I've become friends with Ms. Toni King, and she's got some great things that she's doing. And all along those lines, I'm going to bring her in as we have Medicare Moments with Toni King and all in that space. But she's doing some great work making sure that people are aware of what they can do and can't do as they are going through that stage in life and everything like that. It's hard to believe because I think I told you, had a sick relative, and unfortunately she passed away, and we laid her to rest on this past Sunday and everything like that. So I know her family is going through some of the insurance and other things that are taking place when we lose a loved one and everything like that. But it is a thing where people are aging, unfortunately, and well, fortunately, because you want to get older and everything like that. But definitely, as I told you before, I think that Kim will be hitting the big 6'5" this year, and I'll hit the big 6'5" next year and everything like that. Because actually, in about 2 weeks, I'll be hitting the 6'4". So it seems like we're getting older and older, and all along those lines. But these are the times when you got to make these important decisions. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I know you've got some things that you want to share with the audience, and I may have some questions for you as well based on our notes that we shared with each other. But let folks know what you've got on your mind on these Medicare moments, because you're doing some great advocacy work, and I am a big fan of advocacy.
Well, you have to advocate for America because America is bombarded. I mean, you're going to find this out. You've got a year before you turn 65.
Yes.
And I don't know how people find out that we are getting on Medicare or turning 65, but oh my God, you start getting so much mail and emails and you're just everybody doesn't realize they're a walking dollar sign. That's all it is as far as Medicare is concerned.
It's interesting you say that, because I think I mentioned the last time that we were on the show, and I've been getting them at both my one of my workplaces, because some of the workplaces are remote, but one of them is a physical location. It's a cultural arts center that I work at, and I've been getting calls there, just random calls, and I've definitely been getting tons of calls at home. Fortunately, I do have on my phone the spam risk, but every once in a while I'll pick it up, and it'll be people calling about making sure that I know this plan is available, that plan is available. So I'm already getting bombarded with those calls that you're talking about, and I'd say I've been getting bombarded for the last several months, ever since 64 was coming around the corner. So I haven't even hit 65, and I'm already getting bombarded with these calls.
Yeah, but you're still a walking dollar sign, and people need to realize that. I mean, if you don't know who the person is that's calling you, you don't have a clue of who is calling you, don't answer the phone.
Exactly.
Just let it go to spam. And
Right.
I just had one of my clients just contacted me today because he has a big bank account. His bank account's with a big bank. I don't want to say which bank it is. It's one of the top three, like a Wells Fargo or Bank of America, or you've got
The one that's out of New York.
Chase.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chase Manhattan.
Chase. And people don't understand that they're going out and scamming your bank accounts. And he just called to say that he just had a scam and he had to change his bank account. So you need to be very, very, very careful with who you send. You'll get an email, because my birthday was just a couple of weeks ago. I started getting all these emails about birthday cards and stuff, and nobody sent me anything. So it just opened everything up. And what I was going to talk to you about today is that I had a client who is turning 65 in November,
Right.
and they're already being bombarded with the fall. During October is when the Medicare fall open enrollment starts. And this person was from Kansas City, and he wanted to know, I'm turning 65. What do I need to do? So there's different rules. Does Medicare open enrollment affect me? Does this Medicare season, which is from October 15th through December 7th, affect him when you're first getting on Medicare, when you're turning 65? And you know what the big answer is to that? No, it
No.
does not affect you. It has nothing to do with you right now because you're in what's called your Medicare initial enrollment period. That's IEP.
Hmm.
That's what you're going to go through next year because I guess
Right.
your birthday is what, in July,
July
August?
1st. July 1st. Because, like I said, today is the 17th. So I'll be turning 64 2 weeks from today. So when we do our show, it'll be actually my birthday in 2 weeks. But I don't, it's the middle of the week. So I'll still be doing this show and everything else. So whatever celebrations I do will be that evening and everything like that.
Wait,
But yeah,
but if your birthday is turning 65 on July 1st, technically your Medicare will start June 1st
right. Wow.
because you can get on it starting June 1st. And Medicare's initial enrollment period has a 7 month window, not 6 months, but 7 months, which is 3 months before. So if your birthday is July 1st, you can enroll June. What you got? June, then you got April. See, June, May, April, and March.
Right.
3 months prior, you can enroll with Medicare for your Medicare to start July 1st.
Okay.
Excuse me, June 1st.
June 1st.
And then you got July, August, September. That's the last part of your 7 month window. I mean, it
Yeah.
gets confusing, but this person is turning 65 in November and he wants to know, how does Medicare's open enrollment or Medicare's fall enrollment time affect me? It does not affect him because he's enrolling in Medicare for the first time. And right now, there's about 69 million people on Medicare. They're going to be marketed to for
You said how
open
many?
enrollment. 69 million.
That's what I thought you said.
That's what's on Medicare. That's how many people currently. It's probably a little bit more, but there's 69 million that are currently on Medicare. But there are 10,000 turning 65 every day. So when you get on Medicare, there'll probably be maybe 9,000 turning 65 a day.
Wow.
But there's roughly 10,000 people. So it's 300 and something thousand people turning 65 every month for the next 10 plus years. And they're being marketed to by the call centers that are overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who's turning 65 during Medicare's open enrollment, and Medicare's open enrollment is from October 15th through December 7th, this time does not affect them.
Right.
They enroll in Medicare, but it'll affect you the next year.
Affects the following year.
2027 is when it'll affect you.
Speaking of being affected, I know because even my mom has been suggesting that I check into this, and I know that it's very much a thing that people are concerned about, and even your client Joshua was concerned about it. But could you talk a little bit about the role that Social Security checks play as well? Because I know my mom has been like, you're getting a certain age, you might want to consider getting your Social Security benefits, even though you're still working and everything like that. But I did see that even in the conversation you were having with Joshua, because apparently he wasn't going to be receiving his Social Security checks. But how would that impact people with Medicare, or will it impact them?
Yes, it definitely affects people with Medicare because you're still working full time. Right. And if you're working full time when you turn 65, don't collect your Social Security check until you've got what's called your full retirement time, FRA, full time. You can get your full retirement amount or full retirement age. My full retirement age was 66. So when I turned 66, I enrolled in Social Security. I got my Social Security check and I could earn as much money as I wanted. So whenever if you're still working, then you need to make sure that you wait until you're at your FRA, your full retirement age, to enroll in Social Security, because you can earn $1 million and not have to pay back anything. If you do it prior to that age, then you've got to pay extra. You've
I want to
got
come
to
back to
reimburse
Joshua.
them.
I want to come back to Joshua because I'm confused based on your answer that you were giving him and everything like that. Because you were telling him to go to the Social Security website and everything like that. And I thought that everybody, and maybe I'm mistaken, already had a Social Security account because I know that you oftentimes have to put that account number down on everything. But you were telling him to create a Social Security account. But I thought everybody pretty much had that from like almost the time that they were starting work, whether that was as a teenager or whatever. Because I
Well,
know.
we're going to have fun with you next year. No, you don't have a My Social Security account. For this gentleman, he's turning 65 and he's not working full time with true employer benefits.
Gotcha.
So he needs to go online and open up a Medicare, excuse me, a Social Security.gov account. And that's where you enroll. Medicare doesn't enroll you in Medicare.
Right.
Medicare has no clue that you're even getting on Medicare.
Right.
Social Security does all the enrolling.
Gotcha.
So when and if you don't have a My Social Security account, when it's time to enroll, you've got to go online and enroll and get you a My Social Security account
And I
because
do
that's
have one
where
of
you
those.
enroll. I had a lady who met with me a couple of weeks ago, and she still had the address from when she lived in California. She hadn't changed her address since she moved over here, since she moved to Texas. So we could not go online and open her up a My Social Security account. She had to go down to Social Security, take her information so she could change her address. Her information was totally messed up. So
Wow.
that's what people need to do. Take your time and look up, because with Medicare or even with Social Security, what you don't know will hurt you, not today, but for the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And definitely. And how much do you think people how much should people be, I know this is separate from the topic that we were talking about, but how much should people be concerned about these kind of Medicare arrangements even when people pass on and everything like that? Like I said, I did lose my younger aunt, and she was very meticulous. I'm sure that she probably had all her things in order and passed that on to her five kids. She actually had six kids, but one of the kids died in childbirth and everything like that, and all along those lines, that they were giving birth to a child, I should say, or after they had given birth to a
You're
child.
talking
How
about
much should,
the family member that just passed away.
uh-huh,
Well, what happens is whenever they take them to the funeral home, they have their Social Security number,
right,
and
yes,
the funeral home notifies Social Security that you've passed on.
gotcha.
So that's where they stop your Social Security check and everything. When my mother passed away, I didn't have to contact Social Security. They automatically knew, and poof, her Social Security check stopped immediately. And
Right.
if they had paid her for that whole month, they'll want the money back for however many days you're no longer on Social Security. So it's a whole game. This whole thing is a game. And you just need to make sure you take the time. And when this gentleman Josh he's getting on Medicare in November. Well, he needs to take time and look at everything, because you start getting marketed to, and maybe you end up enrolling yourself in a Medicare Advantage HMO. And now you got cancer. What are you going to do? You want to change and get on a Medicare supplement, and then you have to answer health questions. And if you can't answer the right health questions, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, you're in deep trouble at the end and everything like that. Share a little bit more about Josh's story, because I was fascinated by it when you sent the information, because a lot of the information was not stuff that folks don't always know and all along those lines. And how did he find out about you? I'm assuming that he had learned about you through your
He
own.
reads my article. He was from Kansas City, and he reads my articles in the news. I have articles the all over the nation in different
Right.
newspapers and whatever. That's how I reach out to people. So he reached out and asked me the question, and I thought that was very interesting. He's worried about it in November. Well, he's turning 65, so you got October, September, August. Those are 3 months before that he can enroll in Medicare, going on the socialsecurity.gov website, if he is turning 65 and if he has an individual health plan, or maybe he has a health insurance plan through work that's got a high deductible. I mean, it all makes a big difference. You've got to take your time and really look into it and research it. They can call me on I have a office line, which is 832-519-8664. And those numbers are on there. Mm-hmm. Or they can email me the questions at info at tonisays.com. I mean, your question's important because there are no do-overs. You don't get a second time to do this with Medicare. Not at all.
And how long should people spend on their planning their Medicare and everything like that, in your opinion? Because I know a lot of people are probably going to rush this stuff just like we rush a lot of things. But if you were to say, in your own ideas, should they spend say multiple hours? Should they spend just take a day or two off to get everything?
No, you don't have to take a day or two off to get it. The best thing to do if you've got health issues is talk to your doctor and find out from your doctor which way he thinks it's best for you to go. It depends. Some people are getting retiree benefits. Mm-hmm. And maybe your retiree benefits has a Medicare Advantage plan that they're in. I mean, there's all sorts of different issues going around. New York's got their own situation. I mean, it just depends. You've got to take your time because there are no do-overs. You don't get a second time at all this.
You don't get a do-over at all.
No, there are no do-overs.
And you want to make sure this newsletter. I'm sorry, tell people about this newsletter of yours, because it's definitely how a lot of people find out about you and how they get this information. I know it's available in certain publications, and of course people can subscribe to it, as I'm telling you.
The articles are available in the different newspapers, but my newsletter you can go on the Toni Says website, tonisays.com, and sign up for the newsletter, or sign up for what we call Medicare First Steps, which gives you the first steps to getting on Medicare. Oh, yeah. So how I got started was a gentleman called Social Security that does all the enrolling and got the wrong information that cost him over $10,000. We talked about that, I think, on the last show.
We did.
And he got the wrong information that cost him over $10,000 because the Social Security person thought he had company insurance when he had retirement benefits, and they gave him literally the wrong information.
Oh yeah, and this is what people have to be aware of. I also know that you've got this 2026 2026. I started to put the wrong year and everything. First Steps Guide, so they can download that on your website.
Right, it's got every year Medicare changes its costs. Mm-hmm. Changes its premiums. So everything that's current is on there. Instead of buying a book, I've sold books and everything. People just need the information. You just want to make sure you know what's going to happen or what you need to do for yourself. Yeah. And that's when we were talking with your person that you work with. That's where she was just, hers was very confusing. She was getting the wrong information from people.
And I know one of the things you talked about, even in this case with Joshua and everything like that, was the timeline. So could you talk to people and explain this timeline information as well? Because apparently if you enroll anytime during the 3 months before turning 65, Medicare begins the first day of the month, which is what you were talking about with June 1st and everything like that. But if you enroll the month that you turn 65, then Medicare will begin on the 1st of next month. So it looks like it could be even later and everything, because it looks like in this case, his Medicare Part A will begin November 1st, but his Medicare Part B will begin December 1st. So if you could just...
Well, it depends. He's enrolling, his Medicare starts in November, so he can enroll 3 months before, which is October, September, August. He can enroll 3 months before. If he enrolls the month of November, then his Part B, which takes care of the hospital. B is everything. B takes care of everything. So His Part B, if he's enrolling in November, will start December 1st. If he enrolls in December, his Part B starts January 1st. So technically, his Medicare will start January 1st.
Okay.
And then so you got 3 months after that. So if he enrolls in December, it's going to start January. If he enrolls in January, it's going to start February. And if he enrolls in February, it starts March 1st. So if we do yours, where you're on the 1st of the month, yours, June's going to be your main day. If you enroll in July, then yours is going to start August 1st. If let's just say you enroll in June, you don't even do it. You don't do it by June 1st. Let's say you enroll in June, then your Medicare, your Part B will start July 1st. You'll have your A date, which will be June, but your Part B date will be July 1st. Yeah. Then if you enroll in July, your Part A date will be June 1st, and your Part B date will be August.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it keeps on going for 3 months. So you got June, you got July, August. If you enroll in September, your Part B will start October 1st.
October 1st. How much? Because I know that my birthday, like I said, is coming up on July 1st, which is also the beginning of the fiscal year. June 30th is the end of the fiscal year. And of course, people just a couple of months ago did their taxes and everything along those lines. But how much does Medicare impact the taxes, and how much should people be paying attention as they are getting ready to think about their planning as corporations are getting ready to go into their fiscal year? And of course, even individuals are getting ready to go into their
That has nothing to do with any of this. Medicare starts from January through December. So depending on, I mean, you're mixing something that has nothing to do with any of this. If your fiscal year for the company, that has nothing to do with any of this.
Okay.
Well, Medicare and Social Security are from January 1st through December 31st.
So they're pretty much the calendar year. They operate in the calendar year.
It's a whole different ball game. So you can't compare it to what you have for employer benefits.
Gotcha. That's what I wanted to get people to be understanding, because I know some people get stuff confused and everything. So I'm glad you clarified that for those that are watching and everything like that. What has been some of the questions, just out of curiosity, that have surprised you from your newsletter and other things when you've been looking at this?
Take your time and see what your best option is. Oh, I had people that signed up for Medicare because someone called them and told them they had to, but they had great employer benefits and were still working. They could have waited. So there's different rules. You know, today we're just talking about someone who's turning 65 in November. How does Medicare's fall open enrollment affect him? It doesn't affect him this year, but next year in 2027, when October comes around, if he needs to change his prescription drug plan, or he wants to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan at that time, that's when he can do that.
Wow.
Yeah, we haven't talked about how fall works. I'm just kind of, because the numbers haven't been released. They won't release any of the numbers. They'll release the prescription drug numbers early, but they won't release what Medicare costs are until probably about November, after the election.
If you could have your way, and I know this is a hypothetical question and everything like that, but I did tell you that the other advocacy show, and there are a couple of advocacy shows, but the one that does work around the timeshares issues, they did go to Congress and they are getting a bill through that looks like it may pass and everything like that. But if you could have your druthers and everything like that, what are some things about the Medicare rules and the Medicare law that you would like to see change? Because I know even Kimberly, and that's who you're talking about, she's one of the presidents of the network and founders of the network, that she is a big person about going and making changes. So if there was a rule or something about Medicare that you could change, if you had like a magic wand, what is the things that you would like to see change from a legal and a congressional standpoint?
What would I like to see change? I would like to see somebody advocate for us against the insurance companies because the insurance companies control everything that's going on as far as Medicare is concerned. So you've got your major corporations that are controlling the whole situation. Um, I just don't think they need to make it so technical and so many rules. They need to make it an easy way that people can understand the rules because when they put out the Medicare new handbook, not all the rules are in there.
Right.
So people can't, I mean, you just have to take your time. I really haven't thought about what I would want to change as far as with Medicare. I think it would be not letting the insurance companies control everything.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's
You
a
know, I think that would be the good one.
yeah, that would be a good one, and that's something that probably Kimberly can help us get it done because I know that they've been making some changes, and we do have a couple of advocacy shows here on the network and everything like that. So definitely, folks need to reach out to you because as we've been rolling the things that you are making available, such as this downloadable Medicare First Step Guide and everything like that, and of course they can sign up for your newsletter. So hopefully, we're going to get more people signing up for your newsletter. And we did mention the office telephone number. We don't want them calling that other number that I put a long time ago and
Oh
everything like
yeah,
that.
you
This is
and
great.
if you're confused and you don't know what to do, I mean, you can email me or you can call me, but always go to Medicare.gov and see what Dr. Oz, who's in charge of Medicare,
Mhm.
what they're posting on the Medicare. You got Medicare that's taking care of Medicare. Social Security helps to enroll. I mean, they shouldn't make it so difficult. It's all based off of our income. And the more money you make, the more you're going to have to pay.
Right.
So that's the part that confuses everybody the most. They think they're retiring with a nice chunk of change, and then they don't realize that once they start getting their retirement benefits, that their Medicare numbers can go up. It's based off of income, and
Right.
that changes every year. So, people just need to realize that if you're getting on Medicare and you're turning 65 October, November, December, Medicare's fall open enrollment is not affecting you. It will affect you the next year because you're in your what they call Medicare's IEP, your initial enrollment period. That's your initial enrollment period. And this article is on my website if people want to go on and download the article or they want to go on and look at the Medicare First Steps, they can do that. There's no cost to it.
There's no cost to it at all and everything like that. By the way, because this is something that you're not aware of, but some of these shows we also have PSAs about their organizations and everything like that. So if you ever decide to do a video, if you have videos on your YouTube that you want to make available and everything like that, we can close out where people can get this information that we're rolling across on the banners by also having videos that we can also play on other shows as well. So just letting you know that that is available to you also for your services if you have a video that you want to share with the public, and it can go on other shows as well. It doesn't just have to go on your own personal show. It's at 12 o'clock on every Wednesday, so the next one will be on the 24th and everything like that. But we do have folks that, because I know Can Do Spices has one, and they have a show that was on Thursdays about their food spices and everything like that. But definitely there are other ones that have organizational stuff as well. So including one of our founders, because he's got a pension company. So Nick Palveda's pension company offers to advertise. So if you've got a video that your company that you want to share, if you make a video, that is something that you are offered as a host as well.
Okay, well, we can do that. And people just need to remember that with Medicare, what you don't know will hurt you.
Right.
I mean, and come on my website, or you can call us 832-519-8664, or you can visit the tonysays.com website. And I'm Toni with an I, not a Y, because I'm a girl.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly. And we've done that before. We've definitely shown that before, and I'm showing it right now and everything like that. But definitely, you're doing some great work. And like I said, I know that Kim oftentimes hypes this show like she hypes other shows as well. So I know she's a big fan. I know she's been having some medical appointments, which is why you've not seen her the last couple of weeks. But she will be making a return trip because she's been very much excited about your show, and she oftentimes talks about it even on the news show. As a matter of fact, I think Monday she was hyping your show as well. So she's a big fan of the work that you are doing and is definitely a big supporter of yours as well. So just wanted to let you know that because she does tell me that when I'm producing and working on the news show, that she oftentimes talk about like, y'all got to come to Tony's show at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So she even tells the time and everything. And of course, these shows are rerun for the entire week before the next show. So there are several times that it will air Pod TV on the Roku channel, on Amazon, and on a number of other things, and all along those lines, including social media sites like Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. And we can also have it going to your YouTube channel if you send me the code to that. So I can attach it to that, and you can actually click on the button there, and we can show you how to do that on the next show and everything, so you can actually stream it to your own.
Well, we need to do that.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Computers are not my thing, so you're going to have to guide and direct me. Medicare is my situation. I know exactly how to work that.
I know, and we'll make that.
Call me. All right?
All right. So we're getting ready to get on out of here. I think I'm going to get out of here with a education video, since that's what I've got directly in front of me. And educators need to get on Medicare as well. But this is a gentleman out of Oklahoma who was, for the last several years, has been honoring teachers, but not just teachers. He's also been honoring the support staff. And by the support staff, I mean guidance counselors, cafeteria workers, janitors, security officers, and a number of others. And I think he's doing it nationally, maybe even internationally. But he's not just honoring those in Oklahoma, but around the country, and I think even around the globe, because we know, and I'm sure you even know, teachers have an important part of my life, and I'm sure they had an important part of your life. That lady on I was talking about, she was an educator.
Well, that's good. And I work with a lot of teachers, so I know the rules. And everything's rule-oriented. So I'll talk to you later, Mark, okay? We'll
Sounds
see you
good.
later. God bless you, and, God bless America. 250 is coming up.
250 is coming up. We had the big celebration with the UFC fighters that was this past weekend, and there'll be the big celebration coming up on July 4th. So definitely.
I know. It's special. So I will talk to you later. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
See you later. Bye.
I won't fold, I won't drop until we on top. Only going non-stop. I won't fold, I won't drop until we on top. Only going non-stop.
I want to thank everyone for coming to the 2020 TAF Awards. This was a show like no other, people. This is the Grammys for dignitaries, educators, and support staff around the state of Oklahoma and worldwide. We cannot do this without the support of the people. So we thank you, I thank you, for being such a dedicated supporter to this movement for the Teachers Appreciation Foundation. I thank you.
I won't fold.